There's a new AI bot in town called ChatGPT, and even if you're not into artificial intelligence, you'd better pay attention. Whether you're a business owner looking to improve customer service, a marketer trying to generate engaging content, or just someone who wants to have a conversation with a virtual assistant, ChatGPT has something to offer. So if you're interested in learning more about this exciting technology, we encourage you to watch the entire video. Trust us, you won't be disappointed. Let's start. What is ChatGPT? ChatGPT is an AI chatbot system that OpenAI released in November to show off and test what a very large, powerful AI system can accomplish. You can ask it countless questions, and often will get an answer that's useful. For example, you can ask it encyclopedia questions like, explaining Newton's laws of motion. You can tell it, write me a poem, and when it does, say, now make it more exciting. You ask it to write a computer program that'll show you all the different ways you can arrange the letters of a word. Here's the catch, ChatGPT doesn't exactly know anything. It's an AI that's trained to recognize patterns in vast swaths of text harvested from the internet, then further trained with human assistance to deliver more useful, better dialogue. The answers you get may sound plausible and even authoritative, but they might well be entirely wrong, as OpenAI warns. Chatbots have been of interest for years to companies looking for ways to help customers get what they need and AI researchers trying to tackle the Turing test. That's the famous imitation game that computer scientist Alan Turing proposed in 1950 as a way to gauge intelligence. Can a human conversing with a human and with a computer tell which is which? But chatbots have a lot of baggage, as companies have tried with limited success to use them instead of humans to handle customer service work. A study of 1,700 Americans, sponsored by a company called UJet, whose technology handles customer contacts, found that 72% of people found chatbots to be a waste of time. What kinds of questions can you ask? You can ask anything, though you might not get an answer. OpenAI suggests a few categories like explaining physics, asking for birthday party ideas, and getting programming help. I asked it to write a poem, and it did, though I don't think any literature experts would be impressed. I then asked it to make it more exciting and low. ChatGPT pumped it up with words like battlefield, adrenaline, thunder, and adventure. One wacky example shows how ChatGPT is willing to just go for it in domains where people would fear to tread. A command to write a folk song about writing a Rust program and fighting with lifetime errors. ChatGPT's expertise is broad, and its ability to follow a conversation is notable. When I asked it for words that rhymed with purple, it offered a few suggestions. Then when I followed up, how about with pink, it didn't miss a beat. When I asked, is it easier to get a date by being sensitive or being tough, GPT responded, in part, some people may find a sensitive person more attractive and appealing, while others may be drawn to a tough and assertive individual. In general, being genuine and authentic in your interactions with others is likely to be more effective in getting a date than trying to fit a certain mold or persona. You don't have to look far to find accounts of the bot blowing people's minds. Twitter is awash with users displaying the AI's prowess at generating art prompts and writing code. Some have even proclaimed Google is dead, along with a college essay. We'll talk more about that below. CNET writer David Lum has put together a list of some useful ways ChatGPT can help, but more keep cropping up. One doctor says he's used it to persuade a health insurance company to pay for a patient's procedure. Who built ChatGPT? ChatGPT is the brainchild of OpenAI, an artificial intelligence research company. Its mission is to develop a safe and beneficial artificial general intelligence system, or to help others do so. It's made splashes before, first with GPT-3, which can generate text that can sound like a human wrote it, and then DALL-E, which creates what's now called generative art, based on text prompts you type in. GPT-3 and the GPT 3.5 update, on which ChatGPT is based, are examples of AI technology called large language models. They're trained to create text based on what they've seen, and they can be trained automatically, typically with huge quantities of computer power over a period of weeks. For example, the training process can find a random paragraph of text, delete a few words, ask the AI to fill in the blanks, compare the result to the original, and then reward the AI system for coming as close as possible. Repeating over and over can lead to a sophisticated ability to generate text. Is ChatGPT free? Yes, for now at least. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman warned on Sunday, "We will have to monetize it somehow at some point. The compute costs are eye-watering." OpenAI charge for DALL once you exceed a basic free level of usage. But OpenAI seems to have found some customers, likely for its GPT tools. It's told potential investors OpenAI expects $200 million in revenue in 2023 and $1 billion in 2024, according to Reuters. What are the limits of ChatGPT? As OpenAI emphasizes, ChatGPT can give you wrong answers. Sometimes, helpfully, it'll specifically warn you of its own shortcomings. For example, when I asked it who wrote the phrase "the squirming facts exceed the squamous mind," ChatGPT replied, "I'm sorry, but I'm not able to browse the internet or access any external information beyond what I was trained on." ChatGPT was willing to take a stab at the meaning of that expression once I typed it in directly, though, a situation in which the facts or information at hand are difficult to process or understand. It sandwiched that interpretation between cautions that it's hard to judge without more context, and that it's just one possible interpretation. Can ChatGPT write software? Yes, but with caveats. ChatGPT can retrace steps humans have taken, and it can generate actual programming code. You just have to make sure it's not bungling programming concepts or using software that doesn't work. The Stack Overflow ban on ChatGPT-generated software is there for a reason. But there's enough software on the web that ChatGPT really can work. One developer, Cobalt Robotics Chief Technology Officer Eric Schlentz, tweeted that ChatGPT provides useful enough advice that over 3 days, he has an open Stack Overflow once to look for advice. Another, Gabe Ragland of ArtSite Lexica, used ChatGPT to write website code built with the React tool. ChatGPT can parse regular expressions, a powerful but complex system for spotting particular patterns, for example dates in a bunch of text, or the name of a server in a website address. It's like having a programming tutor on hand 24/7, tweeted programmer James Blackwell about ChatGPT's ability to explain rejects. Here's one impressive example of its technical chops. ChatGPT can emulate a Linux computer, delivering correct responses to command line input. What's off limits? ChatGPT is designed to weed out inappropriate requests, a behavior in line with OpenAI's mission to ensure that artificial general intelligence benefits all of humanity. If you ask ChatGPT itself what's off limits, it'll tell you any questions that are discriminatory, offensive, or inappropriate. This includes questions that are racist, sexist, homophobic, transphobic, or otherwise discriminatory or hateful. Asking it to engage in illegal activities is also a no-no. Is this better than Google search? Asking a computer a question and getting an answer is useful, and often ChatGPT delivers the goods. Google often supplies you with its suggested answers to questions, and with links to websites that it thinks will be relevant. Often, ChatGPT's answers far surpass what Google will suggest, so it's easy to imagine GPT-3 as a rival. But you should think twice before trusting ChatGPT. As with Google itself and other sources of information like Wikipedia, it's best practice to verify information from original sources before relying on it. Vetting the veracity of ChatGPT answers takes some work because it just gives you some raw text with no links or citations. But it can be useful and in some cases thought-provoking. You may not see something directly like ChatGPT in Google search results, but Google has built large language models of its own and uses AI extensively already in search. So ChatGPT is doubtless showing the way toward our tech future. If you enjoyed this video so far, please consider subscribing to our channel. We post new content every week and would love to have you join our community of followers. Plus, by subscribing, you'll be the first to know when we release new videos and updates. Hit that subscribe button and join the fun. We can't wait to see you again in our next video.